I am fully Italian, and I'm born here in Montreal, Quebec, but my grandparents are born in Italy. They truly taught me the values of life and the importance of kindness. So did my parents. They really, really did. How treat others, how you want to be treated, and just generally taking life in a positive manner. Welcome back everyone to Kind Time. I'm Pamela Pagano, and on today's episode we speak to the one, the only, Natasha Diaz. To Elisa and Adelina, director Francesco Giannini. Take a look. Kind Time is where I interview people who are demonstrating acts of kindness in the world, with the world. If they are doing it at this present moment or have done it, kindness is always important. My mom and I always had these conversations like, why is there no outlet with good news about good stories, you know? Like, that was just as important as the news, which of course, like, it's there to inform us and to teach us, and I love that so much. That's why I'm in journalism at Concordia. But when I would be reporting on those stories, my mom and I would have those conversations of like, okay, and what was the good that happened today? And we'd be like, I don't know, you know, I don't know. Like, in my life, I would have the answer, but for the world, I didn't have the answer. So we were always like, oh, we need to do a show about that. We need to do a show about that. And then a few months ago, I decided, okay, I'm going to start Kind Time. So I approached a few wonderful people who were going to be volunteers. When the project was supposed to start 2 weeks after the pandemic and quarantine happened. So Kind Time had to be put on hold. But then I remember like going to bed that night and I was so bummed because it was like, I was so excited. This was months of work and of planning to bring kindness to the world, and now there was such a negative thing, right, happening in the world, and I couldn't give out the positive videos and interviews that I wanted to give out to the world. And so I woke up the next day and I was like, nope, I need to still do this. I was like, it's okay, I don't need the studio, I don't need the lights and the cameras, though it will be fun when it will happen. But I was like, we have Zoom, we have FaceTime, and I was like, okay, I will start Kind Time virtually for now, and next season it will be different, but it'll be a different type of Kind Time, and so that's what Kind Time is. Though I am very talkative now, that was not the case a few years ago, actually. It's been a lot of growth in the last 5-6 years that if you ask me same question like 6 years ago, I wouldn't have even wanted to speak with you because I was so shy, so closed in, so insecure, so scared of the world. And the first step that got me out of my shell was actually our Miss Quebec pageant, which isn't a pageant really. It is all based on personality, which totally surprised me when I actually was the Miss Teen Quebec 2014, because I went in as this shy little girl, literally, okay, who couldn't even speak French, and it was mostly French, okay? Which I now can speak French because of them. I can speak properly. And so I went in not knowing anybody, afraid of making friends, afraid of speaking, making mistakes. And so going through that experience, and it was all based on personality and confidence and raising your voice and friendships, and the fact that I was selected at the end of all of that was such a self-confidence booster. And even if I wasn't, it was just such a beautiful self-confidence booster that I couldn't believe that it was like, what? Me? You chose me? I didn't know who I was, but that experience truly helped me find myself. And so that was a really big part of my story and my life. before signing up to Miss Quebec, there was a period in my life where I just was not happy. There was a point where, you know, my father was sick. He had cancer, but we got through that. We healed. He healed from it. We're beyond lucky. It was just hard to see like them sad, right? Like my mom sad, my grandparents sad, my father sad, right? It was hard to go through that as a child who doesn't really understand what the word cancer means and the extreme scare it is, right? So then my grandfather also had cancer, and it was difficult because like his last breaths were taken like in front of myself and my family members. And so it was a very traumatic experience because you see somebody so important to you like being alive for one moment and then not for a split second after. So it was extremely something that I just did not understand for a very long time. Very long time. But instead of taking a very dark path, which I was on for a little bit, I remember that terrifying experience and that sad experience just changing me one day. I just woke up and I was like, I'm not happy. I am not happy. And of course, that is not a happy thing, but that's not what I was talking about. Where I was not happy was I was not happy with the school that I was in. I was not happy with how life was going on around me, how I was super focused on just math and science and schoolwork. And I was like, for 1 second somebody was alive and then the second they weren't. And I was like, that can go for anybody such as myself, right? So I was like, if I'm not happy in this current moment, I need to change that. So I, as a matter of fact, did change school. I thought that, you know, that would have just made me happier, and it actually really did. It really, really did. I changed and I went to Laurie McDonald High School, and the teachers there welcomed me with such open arms. I felt like I fit in. I felt that that traumatic event was slowly going in the past, and I could have moved on and blossomed into the person I am supposed to be, right? Because I know that life is really too short and it could change in a split second.